This is The Gig. I'm your host, Johnny O, and if you're serious about quitting smoking, you need a good vape, and this is the best vape in the world. Vape starter kit isn't going to help you. Okay, these are small devices. You're going to go back to smoking every time. If you want a good, thick vape that's really going to satisfy your craving for smoking, you need a good vaporizer. Okay, there's lots of good vaporizers. This happens to be the biggest one. This is called an Aromamizer Titan. It's a 28 mil RDTA. You're going to want, you don't have to get a big one, but you're going to want an RDTA and a good box mod. The reason this is the best is it has the biggest clouds. It's really going to satisfy your craving for nicotine. I smoked for 33 years and I tried everything to quit. Everything. I tried the patch, I tried the gum, I tried the patch multiple times. I always went back to smoking, some level of smoking. Maybe it was only 1 a day or 5 a day, and it always, after a time, I always built back up to smoking, being a full-time smoker again. The one way I was able to quit smoking without withdrawals was with a vaporizer. Here's my vaporizer. It's huge and it's awesome. I'm going to show it to you right now. Okay, for any vaporizer, there's two components. There's a tank or an atomizer section, and there is a mod section or box section. They call it mod. I'll show you why they call it a mod, because they are modular. All of the atomizers fit on something called a 510 connector. I can take any 510 atomizer, basically 99% of all atomizers, and I can put them on this box mod. Whether it's big, whether it's small, it's medium, they will fit. So the box mod here is a Smoant Cylon. It's a 2-battery box mod. You can see here, 2 batteries. Okay. Has a digital display. It's called a variable wattage or variable voltage box mod. There's other box mods that are manual. Don't use them. It's old tech, you know, came around years ago. This box mod here will calculate all your ohm settings. You can change the settings on the fly, all these sort of things. Once you set up a manual, once it's set up once, for, say, your atomizer, it stays that way. You got to reconfigure the hardware to get it to change the voltage settings and everything like that. So, always use a variable wattage box mod. Cylon is the one right here. Takes 2 batteries. For a atomizer this size, you must have 2 batteries to run this. The smaller ones, you can use it on a single battery box mod, but for an atomizer this size, you need dual batteries at least. Essentially, this should be on quad batteries. In fact, I've ordered a quad battery box mod online that I should get in the mail within a week or two to run this tank. Now, here's my tank. This is an RDTA. In fact, it's the biggest one you can get on the planet. RDTA is a rebuildable drip tank atomizer. So you have RDAs and RTAs. They combine the two technologies, or the two ideas for vaping. Rebuildable drip atomizer, which means you would vape it a few times and then you would drip some more oil on the cotton, directly on the atomizer. Then you could vape it again. Then there was tank atomizers. Tank atomizers had a core that you have to buy separately, and after 2, 3, 4 days, maybe 2 weeks, you've got to change the core. Okay, so now they made the drip rebuildable, and that's when you get the rebuildable drip tank atomizer. And with the tank, with the drips don't have tanks. This is like a drip, and you can drip it if you want, but it has a tank. In fact, it has a huge tank. It has a 28 milliliter tank. It holds, this is an 18 mil. I have another one that holds 28. And then it holds another 4 mil in the bottom segment here. It will hold 32 mils in juice. Sometimes I can go 2-3 days without refilling it with the big tank on it. This tank here is a day and a half or 2 days, depending on how much I vape. If I vape a lot, I might have to fill it in one day. But vaping 18 mils of juice in one day, that's difficult. That's a lot of juice. Let me show you the tank a little bit. You have a drip tip. That's it there. You fill it up like this. Here's the refilling port right here. Now, when this is closed, it will not leak. You can turn it upside down. It will not leak. The only place it will leak is if the cotton comes out of the fill ports. I'll show you those now. Here is where the deck is located. This is the flow control. I can shut off the juice from the top from flowing into the cotton. That's the flow control, the bottom. Now, here's the deck. It's a little bit tight. I can't pull it out with my fingers. I got to use the mod to pull it out. Use the mod like a wrench to pull it out. And I'm going to show you the deck. Here's the deck. And you can see the cotton there. There's 2 atomizing coils and cotton. And underneath the cotton, inside, if I was to turn this up, it might leak now because there's no cotton to block it. I can't turn this up. I have to leave this upside down. The juice comes in through the bottom, absorbs into the cotton, into the atomizer. That's when you get your vape. That's what it looks like. This is the biggest RDTA you can get on the planet. It will hold more juice. You can configure it 3 or 4 different ways. This is a postless velocity deck, a cloud chucker they call it. I have 2 posts you can see. I can take those posts off if I want. And I can have 3 coils just along the bottom, postless. Also, I can put it in series. I can have 1 big coil with 1 big atomizer coil with 2 coils on the side. These 2 run separately. Like if I take this coil out, this one will still light up. I can do them in series so the current flows through both of them evenly. Right now these are not in series. I'm going to put the deck back on. So with this particular one, there are 2 notches right here. I can feel them. That's what I'm feeling for. And they fit into here. So I have to do this. There it is. It's in. Take my wrench off. There it is. That's what it looks like upside down. They are all RDTAs are a little bit messy, so you're going to get some juice on your fingers. Okay? And you can see there's the cotton, the bottom of the cotton, how it absorbs in from the tank. I'm going to put the flow control back on. Now, when I put it back on, I can feel the O-rings compressing. There's O-rings all through this entire device. Even on the drip tip, you can see there's O-rings on there. It all seals up. Now I can put this back on. I'm not going to vape it here and now. I just wanted to show you the device that will help you quit smoking. I smoked for 33 years. This is the device that helped me quit without withdrawals. The juice that's in here is 3 milligram. It's the lowest amount of nicotine you can get in any juice. I started with 12 milligram juice. I went down from 12 to 9 to 6 to 3. So now I'm on 3. I'm on the lowest juice now. And I've never had a nicotine withdrawal. So one thing that I want to point out finally, if you're going to quit smoking through vapor, do not get one of these starter kits. Don't get a starter kit. Okay, get a nice good vapor. Now there's a learning curve on how to wick them, how to coil them. You can see that all on YouTube. There's dozens of guys. They specialize just in atomizers and vaping, and they'll show you how to wick them in 5 minutes, how to recoil them in 5 minutes. And once you do that, do not get one of these little piddly starter kits that takes 1 battery. Get a good vape, a variable wattage or variable voltage regulated mod, okay? And get a decent tank. You don't have to get your big aromomizer Titan like this, but you can get aromomizers like this that are much smaller. 8 mil, 5 mil, 10 mil, 18 mil. Okay, so you don't have to get this big tank, but you should get a good tank, a good RDTA, and a good variable wattage box mod. That's how you'll quit smoking. Find a juice you like. If you're quitting smoking, start at the 12 milligram juice, work your way down from there. But you do have to have a good device. Don't go out and get one of these starter devices. I don't like them. You'll go back to smoking. I'm Johnny O. This is The Gig. Questions and comments below, and I'll see you next time.